Hey everyone, it's Sabrina Jean, and I'm back with not another pick a card reading, but the first pick a card reading for today. I already released another video earlier, and this is sort of a variation of what I was talking about in that previous video about the Saturn and Neptune transit and where all of our responsibilities lie. But in this video, there's something you should know. So I'm going to share a little bit more information with you based on, of course, the pile that you choose to give you like a deeper understanding of what I was talking about in that previous video, the Saturn-Neptune transit. Now, keep in mind, everyone has their own interpretation of what's happening in the collective and on the planet right now, but and these, of course, are just general messages, options, potentials for you. So choose the pile or the cover card or the crystal that's getting your attention the most. Pile 1 is an angel aura quartz. Pile 2 is a amethyst. Pile 3 is a yellow calcite. And pile number 4 is a smoky quartz. So there's something you should know. Pile 1. Hey, pile 1. Okay. If you chose the angel aura quartz, there's something you should know. Let me just dive into the cards and explain to you what exactly I mean. It's like, ooh, I'm wondering if it looks like I chipped my crystal. Put this like there. There's something you should know. Pile number 1. By the way, let me get that speck off of there. My regular booking link, Sabrina Jean, is not working for some reason. But the other ones are, which are included in the description box below. Wow, it's like my... Can I even talk? Okay. Let's just start these over from the bottom. Something you should know. Where does your responsibility lie? So if this was, the professional assistance. If this was your astrology reading, where would, like, the indicators of Saturn and Neptune in your astrology transits, where would they be in your chart right now? What should you be taking responsibility for in life, or your role within the collective, if you want to consider it that way? So Leo energy, lighten up. Now, Leos are fixed energy. They're fire sign, fired up and ready to go. They love entertaining, but they're also fixed, deeply faithful, and maybe, group number 1, maybe you're just taking life a little too seriously. And so if you can lighten up and maybe have a little bit more fun, enjoy some more entertainment, or find things that you can occupy yourself with, like go to a movie or go dancing or do something that is fun and enjoyable for you. There's people, there's harmony, and there's also change. And so let's look at your other cards, and I will describe exactly what I'm talking about. So remember, professional assistants and people are your business right now. So if it was your Saturn, it would mean you're supposed to be taking more responsibility in your workplace or professionally assisting other people in some way, some shape, some form. So there's Venus, meaning you are attracting the right kind of professional assistance or opportunities into your life. 11th house, for humanity's sake, your hopes, your wishes, doing something for the future. And then the 5th house, having fun or doing something dramatically, which Leos are really good at doing. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to be a Leo. This is just an oracle reading. But this should describe, without you having to get an astrology reading, it should still describe or encourage you what you should be taking responsibility for in your life right now. So, right, your profession, your income, but something that will allow you to have fun. any kind of work or business where you are interacting with other people or you are helping other people. Some of you might be in the business of harmony, or maybe your spirit guides are saying, you know, it's time. This should be like a peaceful, enjoyable time in your life. And you might be experiencing a lot of changes. These might be deeper changes or emotional changes. This could also be emotional security or emotional stability, emotional maturity as well. Saturn, Leo, Venus. So I would say anything that you can do that works with other people, or you're assisting other people, or you're helping other people. Well, for example, if it's not your corporate job or career, it could be something that you have on the internet, or something that if you have a product that you sell, something that you can create. This is where your responsibilities lie right now in life. And I'm not even looking at your birthday numbers. But there's something here. Usually these things happen in opposition. So the 7th house also is connected to your 1st house, which is you. And then the 11th house, actually, the opposite of that is the 5th house. So you're supposed to be focusing on yourself, your inner strength, emotional maturity, but also your connections with other people in a professional manner. Meaning right now, group 1, you're not supposed to be focusing on a personal or romantic relationship. You're supposed to be focusing on your finances and your stability, while also trying to maintain peace and harmony within. Or maybe this is encouragement for you to meditate more, to invite more peace within your mind, your body, your soul. Especially if you realize that other people disturb your peace, if you know what I mean. And actually, I just noticed, so the number on this card is 7. People. You can work with other people. Maybe you're learning something from other people. You're still focusing on a lesson, which can show up with the number 7 in numerology. It could be a cycle of 7 in your numerology, cycles and timelines, but you also have a 7 here with the 7th house. So 77 might be a significant number for you right now if you've been seeing that, or of course the number 10, or, oh look at this, 10, 11, and 12. Oh, that's pretty cool. But remember, if this is actually your Saturn and Neptune transit, you're supposed to be having fun, finding more enjoyment and also fulfillment while you are working. So maybe some of you are interested in creating a business or something like that, something that you can sell, something that you can create that can help humanity. So my question for you is, are you working on all of these things? Would you really want to know what you should be focusing on, where your responsibility lies, not only in your life, but the life of others, humanity, your career, your future, your destiny? If you would like to know, I am offering that special reading. Remember, I talked about it in the previous video. The link for that special reading is below if you would like to, well, get an astrology transit reading from me. So this was something that we thought you should know. Group number 1, where your responsibility lies. This is what you should be working on, focusing on, taking responsibility for in your life right now. Let me know how this resonates with you in the comments below. Meanwhile, if you're drawn to another pile, feel free to pick another pile, and I will see you over there. Hey, pile number 2. I want to apologize because I don't think my brain and my mouth are working together today. At the beginning of the video, I called this an amethyst, but I'm pretty sure it's a purple fluorite. so, you know, but there's something that you should know. So this pick a card reading, there's something you should know, is kind of a spin-off from the video I already released earlier this morning. I was talking about the Saturn-Neptune transit that is affecting every one of us on the planet right now. And Saturn, in your astrological transit, should let you know where you're supposed to be taking responsibility, in what area of your life at this moment in time. But this is an oracle reading, and so we can probably get pretty close with the oracle cards too, without knowing your birthday number. So let me just lay these out and describe to you what I see here. There's refuge, rebirth, your higher self. So right away, these three cards would be saying where you're supposed to be taking responsibility in your life is reinventing yourself, aligning with your higher self, working on yourself, learning how to trust your intuition, becoming a co-creator or a manifester, your relationship with your higher self. Interesting how you've got the Moon and Leo energy go wild, and then pile 1 also had a Leo card. It doesn't mean that you have to be a Leo. However, this is the area of your astrology chart that Saturn is probably currently transiting your home chart. But that's why I pulled these cards, so that we can get a little bit more specific about like what area. Okay, who you are in the first house, which is you. Mercury, the awareness of your thoughts. Mercury is the planet that rules your mind. It determines how you think. Fourth house, your home, your family, what makes you feel secure. Wow. And you have the 12th house as well. And the houses usually work with each other and opposite of each other. But in this case, actually, you've got the first house, fourth house. There's probably some huge changes or transformations that you are going through right now. Especially if, how many of you, well, just like I mentioned at the beginning of your pile, it's like my brain and my mouth aren't working with each other. I was thinking one thing, but I said something else. I actually am being affected. My ascendant, my rising sign, is being squared by Uranus. And Uranus and, what is it, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto are all, I think they're making a huge trine, I believe, which is affecting everyone in a very unique way. But these are saying you're supposed to be working on your fears. This is where you need to take responsibility in your life. Your beliefs, your religion, your spiritual practices, letting go of your ego so you can rise above, face your fears, realize that love can conquer all fear. In fact, fear can't even show up in your life if you unconditionally love yourself and you love all that is. And then, of course, working on yourself, your inner truth. The number 7 is also significant. What's interesting is that the number 7 has been showing up a lot in my pick-a-card readings recently. So you should be self-analyzing at the moment. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if pile number 2, you currently have Saturn transiting through your 12th house, because they call that transit the house of self-undoing. When you eliminate and let go of everything that no longer serves you, and you bring in new energy, self-esteem, inspiration, working on yourself, your personality, connecting with your higher self, recreating yourself, maybe even recreating your mind, everything that help you feel more secure and stable in life or within your home. Now, this is an oracle reading, and these are, well, there's a lot of houses here, but the opposite of the first house would be your 7th house of relationships. But honestly, if you chose group 2, the Saturn-Neptune transit could be affecting who you believe that you are. It could be making you feel like you don't know where your true north is, or you don't feel like you are accepted anywhere. You don't know where you belong. 4th house. Maybe you don't really resonate with your family or your upbringing, those spiritual beliefs or religions, because you're supposed to be different from how you were raised. I mean, any of these variations can apply here for group number 2. The more you can understand where Saturn and Neptune are transiting in your current astrology at this time in your life, the more capable you're going to be, because when you know exactly what's affecting you, as you can through your astrology transits, it literally tells you exactly what you should do, what you need to do, if you have an astrology app on your phone. So, and I know that there are like plenty of astrology apps anymore, and most of them will even give you interpretations. And honestly, that's how I learned as a beginning astrologer enthusiast. That's how I learned, from the interpretations. I use AstroGold on my phone. Well, at the time, I think AstroGold was the only app that was available for Android. Anyway, I'm getting off point. But what makes you feel secure? What do you believe? What are you ready to let go of? Do you want to reinvent yourself, or do you feel like you're being forced to change? Because, by the way, and I need to say this here, only because of the 2, for example, if you were born in February or born in Aquarius, I do know for a fact that Aquarians are affected by the negative aspects of Saturn. Not everybody has the same relationship or karmas or dealings with Saturn as everybody else. So there's Aquarius, and there are some other zodiac signs, and I don't remember which ones those are. But my sun sign, the month that I was born, fortunately, I have a positive relationship with Saturn. So, again, if you watch other people or astrologers and anyone who's talking negatively about something that you don't really resonate with, it's because, well, you resonate differently. And so it's even a better idea for you to start researching your own personal astrology, because it reveals the truth about everything that you are capable to become and achieve in this lifetime too. But for the purpose of this, you might be uncertain or afraid, you might be fearful, and you're supposed to be working on all of these things according to the oracle cards, working on improving yourself, improving your mindset. Because honestly, when you change anything about yourself or everything about yourself, then your entire reality in your life is going to change too. So I also want to point out really quickly, with this 12th house, hidden tendencies, there is also a particular, it's something that people are born with. And all the readings that I've done over the years privately, I have discovered that anyone who was born while Saturn was transiting Pisces, which was, the last time Saturn was transiting Pisces, they have a blockage. They have a fear. Also, if you're born with Saturn in the 12th house, it might create an instant blockage to certain things. So that would be also something else for you to think about or for you to work on. Anyway, go wild on yourself, right? Build your self-esteem, love yourself, set yourself free, do your shadow work, tune into or recreate your life. Start, doing things that support you. Start believing in you, and start making choices that make you feel, well, secure, supported. With the number 10 here, these are also saying that, when you make a decision to do something and you honestly believe that you will be successful, it must manifest for you. But if you're afraid of something, then you're naturally going to block it. Okay, well, I could go on and on and on and on and on, but I won't, because it is more personalized. It really goes back to your birthday, when you were born, the time, the numbers, the date, your life path number, etc. But right now, group 2, you're in the process of a huge transformation of even your self-concept, your identity. You're supposed to be hermiting and working on yourself and not everybody else. So anyway, so let me know what you think. Group 2, are you experiencing any variation of these cards? I'm curious. Other than that, if you would like a transit reading from me, feel free to reach out to me. My link, I have several different booking links, and I'm running a special offer right now for transit readings. So if you would like to know your actual, feel free to reach out to me. I also am offering discounted tarot readings. The description to get a discounted tarot reading is in the box below. So it explains exactly how to get a tarot reading via donation. That being said, group number 2, these are your messages. I hope you enjoyed this. If you were drawn to another pile, do feel free to pick another pile. Otherwise, I will see you in another video. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. There's something you should know. Okay, this pick a card reading is kind of a spin-off of the daily messages video that I already posted, so hopefully you listened to that. Otherwise, if you're drawn to the yellow calcite crystal, there's something you should know. So this general reading should describe where your responsibility lies, what role you play in the collective or in your life, what you should be focusing on, based on the theme of Saturn and Neptune conjunction, which is affecting all of us right now. So group 3, if the oracles were to describe to you where your responsibility lies, it would say to find the courage to express yourself, the number 3. Stay positive, Sagittarius energy. Now, you don't have to be a Sagittarius, but this is an area of your chart, your astrology chart. You might have the moon in Sagittarius, or you might have a midheaven, or maybe you were born with Saturn in Sagittarius. There are a lot of variations here, right? Taking steps, moving forward with your intention. What is your intention? Ooh. So group 3, Saturn and Neptune at the moment, want you to find the courage to focus on the positive. Take the next step. What is your next intention? So if you're ready to go on an adventure, and I'm not really sure what kind of adventure this is. Are you wanting to travel? Because I love the rainbow colors here. It's almost like anything is possible. But if you are wanting to move in a particular direction, notice you've got a castle here, and you have a castle here. Oh, I wonder what that means. Well, besides home in general. Mountains, freedom with Sagittarius, your truth. Okay. So Saturn and Neptune are transiting a certain area of your astrology chart, currently based on your birthday numbers. But these should give us a pretty good idea, as far as an oracle is concerned, about how Saturn's probably affecting you right now. So 10th house career. Oh, look at this. Responsibility, your destiny, your career, where you are going. Find the courage to stay positive. Move forward with that next intention. Interesting. Okay, confront, force yourself. So there's something that you're wanting to do, but you're afraid to do it. What is that? 3rd house refers to information, communication, get your ideas going, networking. Oh, and then personal power. I think this probably, well, I was going to move this over there, but it doesn't really matter, does it? So take action. Find the courage to express yourself. Move in the direction of your heart's desire. Take that next step with intention, but you're going to have to force yourself. Your destiny is calling you. Your destiny is calling you. File number 3. Do you even know what your destiny is? Or your purpose? So there's a major change happening right now within your personal power. It could be your inner power. Maybe this is why you're being encouraged to find the courage to express yourself or to create your future. Get creative. Look, you've got the number 3, the number 3. Your personal power, networking. There's something. So there's a common message that reoccurs in my pick a card readings. And that message is, it's from the angel deck. And it says, you have a message that the world needs to hear. Do you remember that card? Do you see that card a lot? Does it pop up for you? That's what I'm getting here. This is the energy. So your career, your midheaven, your destiny, where you're heading, Mars. And these aren't all necessarily happening at the same time, but this could be an alignment that will be happening in your chart. It's really more important to look at your current transits to see where the planets are transiting and what houses they're all in. I feel like something new is waiting you. And it would be your destiny, your career, and where you're heading. You already know what it is that you want to pursue. So, are you allowing yourself to do that? Now, keep in mind, it's a general pick a card reading, and so many of you may not even know what you would want to do. But if you could create your own career, let's put it that way, what would you be doing for a career? If this is your destiny, then this has everything to do with your soul's purpose, your incarnation. The bigger purpose is to come here to make choices and to have experiences and relationships. But even each cycle, even each day, even each year, based on your birthday numbers, can align you with a different purpose because the energy is changing every day. Okay, so where are you supposed to be taking responsibility in your life right now? 10th house, 8th house, 3rd house. You're supposed to be finding the strength and the voice to, well, force yourself to, I don't know, speak your truth? Try something new? I'm really curious about the Sagittarius, where it shows up in your chart. Some of you may already know. I want to say with these is like the castle in the sky. Or, something just said, dream big. So are you dreaming big? But you need to take responsibility for your dream. You need to take responsibility to make it happen. Because it's not just something that just effortlessly drops into our lap. Okay. So all of your transits should be helping you in these areas of your astrology. 3rd house, 10th house, 8th house, who you are, pursuing your intentions, creating your own future adventure, staying positive, make your dreams come true, fulfilling your destiny. Maybe some of you are still seeking that. You need to seek an outlet to pursue. So I'm curious, where do you think your responsibilities lie in your life right now? Because there is a really big difference. Well, there can be a really big difference between what you think you need to be responsible for and what other people tell you you need to be responsible for. Could be a very big difference in between the two. Keep in mind that not everybody changes throughout their lifetime. So this reading may not resonate with everyone. It really just depends on your birthday, your cycles, the numbers, the frequencies, and what you feel inspired to do and take action towards. But Are you living life on your terms, or are you doing what everyone keeps telling you to do? Are you following your heart, or are you following somebody else's wishes? Huh? Something to think about. Okay, group 3. Oh, even the yellow crystal resonates with your solar plexus, right? Your confidence, your self-esteem, your willpower. There you had it. The crystal says it for itself. If, in fact, group number 3, you would like to know where your current Saturn-Neptune transit is happening in your life, your birthday chart, feel free to reach out to me. I am running a special on that right now. The link is down below in the description box. I have several different links for booking options, so be sure to find the one down below that lists the special. The link is spiritualalchemy.youcanbook.me. Also, I want to let you know, one of my other links is not working at the moment. If anyone is looking for a tarot reading, you can request a tarot reading at this time using the super thanks, the thanks button here on my channel, to send a donation and request a tarot reading. So that's right. Pay whatever price you would like to request a reading. Just be sure to email me afterwards to let me know that you're requesting a tarot reading, because I kind of need to know what your questions are. Anyway, group 3, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know how these resonate with you. I wish you all a fantastic day, and I will see you in another video. Bye for now. Hey there, pile number 4. If you chose the Smoky Quartz crystal, there's something you should know. So this pick a card reading is a spin-off from the first video I posted this morning. I was sharing information about the Saturn and the Neptune conjunction transit, which is affecting everybody. I do plan to speak about that more, not in your pick a card reading, but in another video. So let me just put your crystal, the Smoky Quartz here. The oracle cards are going to try and describe to you where your responsibility lies right now in your life. So your Saturn, Neptune transit, where's your responsibility within the collective? What should you be focusing on? What are you supposed to be taking responsibility for in your life right now? Wow, okay, transformation. Do you feel like you're going through a transformation? Know that you are loved. Libra energy. Okay, so self-love, self-transformation, equality, fairness, justice. Wow. The Ascended Masters are helping you to work on a dream? Make a dream come true? Okay. So I also pulled some oracle cards from my astrology oracle. And let me just lay these over and describe to you what. So this is the second house, which is your resources, your income, your beliefs, your values. The sixth house, your daily routine, your home, your health, your well-being, or a full-time job, or taking care of family or others. Okay, your spiritual values. So you're supposed to be working on spiritual growth. Spiritual empowerment. Look at this, you've got the Pluto here. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, but it's also the planet of death, meaning ego death, death of personality. You know what's weird, and I'm going to say this because, well, I can. I've been experiencing a really intense Pluto transit in my astrology for a couple of years. I think it's been a combination of Pluto and Saturn, but I have literally off and on for like 3 years now. Certain days, I start experiencing something really weird in my physical health as well as my mental. There literally have been times where I stopped and I asked spirit guides or whatever spirit was in the air around me that I couldn't see if I was dying. Sometimes it feels like I'm dying, And honestly, I got so tired of experiencing something that was definitely being caused by my own Pluto transit and Saturn, because Saturn matures us, we age. Saturn ages us. And Pluto, well, there's just, yeah. Let's just leave it at transformation. But sometimes the depth of the experience might make you feel like you're dying. So I'm only saying this because I'm curious, pile number 4, if you have been asking yourself that very same question. Am I dying? Why am I feeling this way? What is ending? Death literally is a metaphor. If you believe in incarnation, reincarnation, then you should also believe that we don't ever die. Our soul continues to live on, just maybe not in the physical body. So there is no death. Everything just is. But I'm really curious what you guys have been experiencing. Or did you choose pile 4 just because it was like a random and you thought, oh yeah, this will be fun. What do I need to know? And then whammy, I start talking about death and stuff. So, wow. So, group 4, if this was your transit, Neptune and Saturn in your astrology chart, but this is just the oracle version, right? It's a pick a card version. What you should be taking responsibility in your life, well, definitely full-time work and your income. You need to have something stable and full-time so that you can earn enough to take care of yourself, so that you can earn enough to take care of your family. That's one thing. For some of you, you are probably focusing on your self-esteem or changing what you believe, what you value. Some of you might be looking for a better paying job because you know that you are worthy, you know that you deserve it, and it's something that you're really longing for. So you are improving your lifestyle, which is very 9th house energy. But Pluto also, it is always successful, but what it does is it ends the current situation in order for something new to be rebirthed. I mean, Pluto is a very deep house. It's a deep transit, but the cool thing is that you have the Ascended Masters assisting you. They're guiding you. They're part of your spiritual team. They're helping you on your transformation, whatever you're transforming. Now, it could be any of these. It could be your family. Maybe you're working on your dream. Maybe you're working on self-love. Maybe all of the above. But the Ascended Masters are masters of reality. So they're called Ascended Masters because they have incarnated so many times in a human body that they've mastered all of the lessons in the earth realm, meaning they have the answer to everything that you have a question for. So if you establish a conversation or a communication with the Ascended Masters in your quiet time or your meditation time, guess what? If you have a question, they will give you the answer. So you're working on transformation, but you also need to earn enough so that you can work and take care of yourself and your family if you have others that you need to take care of. And I would think that your whole life feels like it's transforming too, especially if you have Pluto going through your 6th house. Your daily routine is probably changing. You're probably experiencing so much upheaval and change and uncertainty and instability. But everything that you grow through makes you stronger. And remember, if you have access to the Ascended Masters, there isn't any question that you're not able to find an answer to. Okay, know that you are loved. So this is higher consciousness that is saying that you are loved. It's the angels, it's the Ascended Masters, your spirit guides, helping you work on you, but also taking responsibility for you, your spiritual self, your purpose, your higher purpose, your dream. They're helping you make your dream come true. Now, keep in mind, this is just a general public oracle pick a card reading, and so the actual transits in your astrology based on your birthday, of course, reveal the actual, what is happening, what is transiting, what you're supposed to be focusing on. But according to the oracle and the tarot cards, this is another option for you to choose if you don't want to get an astrology reading. But if you want to know more about the truth of your life, your purpose, your destiny, your cycles, I do encourage everyone to start learning more about their astrology. You can get free natal reports on the internet nowadays. In fact, I know that there are astrology apps that can help you, learn as you go. But I'm currently offering a Saturn-Neptune transit special, because everyone is kind of being forced right now to take on the role of responsibility within the collective. All of the changes that are happening across the planet, you also play a very unique and specific role. Why? Because you came in with a certain frequency that nobody else has. That's how unique you are. So you have a unique purpose, a destiny, and responsibilities for the collective. So that being said, this is a simple pick a card reading, something that I thought you should know. I hope I have got you curious now, for you to learn more on your own. And again, of course, if you'd like a private transit reading, feel free to reach out to me. My link for that is down below. Now, I have several different links based on what kind of readings, but the link is below on this video if you would like to get a transit reading. Also, I'm currently taking requests for tarot readings via donation. So if you would like one via donation, you would just use the thanks button here on my YouTube channel to send me your donation, but also be sure to email me, and my email is down below as well. You can email me to send me your request and other information. So, that being said, Group 4, I'm wondering if any of this is resonating with you. Now remember, this isn't your life theme. This isn't the perfect picture of, these are just a bunch of oracle cards put together to bring up potentials, possibilities, but life always happens from you, not to you. What you choose, what you pursue, what you believe maintains your reality, or it changes your reality. And this pile is definitely changing lots of things at this present time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do click the like button. And I will see you in another video. Have a great day. Bye for now.